Hi there. Today I'm just going to show you a few little hints and tips on the Cyklos RPM-350 perforating machine. A few little things. If you've just ordered one and you get it out the box, one of the first things you're going to have to do is fit this feed table. And there's a connector that is taped on. I don't know if the camera can see that. They just tape it. Just pull the tape off and you get an extended bit of cable there. Now the thing is with this feed table, the connector where it connects is kind of hidden underneath the machine a little bit. I don't know if the camera can see, if it can come around there. If I point my finger, it's a little bit hidden just where my fingertip is there. So it's not the easiest thing to find. And the way that I do it, so if you've just got one out of the box, is dangle the connector over this little bar there. We're going to put the feed table on and just drop it in like so. You've then got two screws just to screw the table on. So if we put both screws in, that just secures the table in place. Like so. And then the easiest way I find, rather than trying to get underneath the machine like that to get the connector in, it's a little bit easier just to tip the machine onto its side like so. You then got a little bit better access. The connector only goes one way, so you can't get it wrong, and it's just goes up inside. You can't really see with the camera there. It's slightly easier on its side to get access. Not the easiest connection in the world by Cyklos, but you only have to do it once when you get the machine out of the box. So once we have our table fitted, two screws are on and the little connector, what we have then, a couple of little setups. Underneath this thumb screw, side guides, one on each side. You can just set it up to size. We have another little screw here that is a micro lay to skew the paper left or right slightly. It's good if you're doing perforating and you've got an existing line to do, so just move it a tiny little bit left or right. We have an extended table here for longer sheet sizes and a little lever inside. I don't know if the camera can pick this little lever there to load the paper in like that, and then lift that to bring the table up into play. On the side here we've just got a pressure gauge. For thinner paper you just have less. For slightly thicker paper you just put the pressure on a little bit just to get the separator onto there, so we do have a pressure control there. One other little tip, while I'm here, this friction feeder will not feed all papers. It won't feed gloss papers and things and some thicker cards. But what you can easily do, you can get one of these rubber thimblets or a rubber, and you can simply shingle the paper out like so, put it on the feed table, tables up, I can show you a little bit like, and just literally flick them through. So it's a good little way of feeding difficult stock that won't normally feed. The power lead on these is just the standard kettle connector that just goes into the side underneath the feed table like so. And there is a very difficult to see on-off button that's recessed. So it's very easy to miss. You've got off and on there. Bit of a difficult one to find. Just moving round to the delivery side of the machine. We've got a delivery tray here that just pulls out and extended and slides back in again. It can go all the way in just by removing the deliveries if you're short on space. Two little side guides there that just moves in and out. The machine comes with this little magnetised plate that goes on there to help the sheets come out. Personally, you can try it yourself. Some people get on with it, some people don't. I tend to leave that off because as of November, this latest batch of machines that have come in from Cyklos have this deflector plate here, little magnetised deflector plate. You'll see when we start running it, you just push this into the size of the paper to get it to stack in nicely. Before this was available, what we used to do here was use our own deflector plate out of normal bit of PVC cover, double-sided tape, and that just stuck on there like so. So it performed the same thing. Luckily, Cyklos have improved with it now with a little magnetised one. Inside the machine, I'll just show you the perf wheels and how easy it is to remove them. We have two perf strippers here which guide the sheets out and stop the paper wrapping around the perf blade. If we just undo those, just to show you moving the shafts, we'll undo the two perforating wheels. Move those out slightly just so they don't catch and you don't damage them. In the side of the machine here we've got a sprung loaded catch like so. So I'm just going to push into there. This side is going to pop out and then we can pull out this side like so. So it's sprung loaded. So you can then, if you want to move tooling around or add extra perforating blades or remove a perforating blade, it's easy to do. It works exactly the same on the second blade. Like I say, it's best to loosen off and remove the perf blades from the anvil, so when you're taking it out or putting it back, you're not going to damage anything. So if we slide it back exactly the opposite way, we're going to go into there, springs along. We can then put the perf blades back against the anvils below. Don't need to be tight. In the centre, the machine does come with a very basic perforating wheel that's just not, you can move this along the shafts obviously, but it is a very basic perforating, creasing wheel. It does come with that as standard. We can then just put the strippers back on, the two stripper plates. And like I say, it stops the paper wrapping around the perforating blade, like so. As an optional extra, like I say, you can add extra perforating blades. They come with standard teeth blades that look like that. I'll put it down so the camera can see. And as an optional extra, you can purchase micro perforating blades. Hope the camera can pick up the difference. Much finer perforation. All available on our website from chilvers.co.uk. We keep them in stock, and they're relatively cheaply priced as well. Now we're ready to run the machine. We have the hidden on-off button that's around the side that we showed you earlier. You'll get a little light come up to show that the power's on. In this case, we've just got our A4 80-gram paper. Lift the feed table, let's bring it into activation. And one thing I will say, this particular one is the RPM-350 Plus that has the counter, and it also has speed control. Cyklos do make the RPM-350 standard machine that doesn't have these two features, which are quite useful. The speed control is especially useful if you're using NCR papers, because you can start it slowly and gradually speed it up, as we'll see now when I start to run it. So hit the button to start the feed. Comes out. We can adjust this feed table to get it just right, to make it stack nicely. Once we're happy, we can start to speed the machine up. To stop the machine, we can stop it on the button, or when it runs out of paper, it'll stop. Get total counter. That has a reset button if you want to reset to 0. In this case, as you can see there. We've just been doing two perfs like so. These machines are usually in stock, available for next day delivery on our website at chilvers.co.uk. And as I say, it's a very nice basic perforating machine that also has a creasing wheel. Again, a very basic creasing wheel.